Yeah. We here. Look, pressure make them fall like a crumbling wall. Pressure make them fall like they lost it all. Pressure to these guys, pressure to them all. Apply the pressure, apply the pressure. Pressure make them fall like a crumbling wall. Pressure make them fall like they lost it all. Pressure to these guys, pressure to them all. Pressure make them,
Pressure draw that line in the sand. Pressure turn a boy to a man. Pressure smack them toys out your hands. You did all that you can and gotta do it all again. Facing pressure, we up by the action and I noticed your absence. Is it your ovaries acting? Are you overreacting? Do not fold like a napkin, just tap in if you lacking. Pressure get a diamond cracking, but profits don't collapse. Fear the one that throw the soul and body in Gehenna. The pressure cooker simmer, we watching your nerves trimming. You trying to hold the line and hold your dinner. Stress exposed pretenders, pressure gets so tremendous. But just remember, pressure when you turn the other cheek for another week. Pressure when they call from overseas, try and hurt the sheep. Pressure using precepts to fight the pressure. It's when you outlast your predecessors. Heavy message.
What are the traits that they portray of the black man? What are the stereotypes of the black man? Right? Evil, no good, dangerous. Because look at, I'm gonna give you a good example. You heard of Aamir, right? The brother that just got shot down in Georgia. He was jogging and he got shot down. Okay, so the brother, he was jogging and these three Edomites, so-called white man, came down, chased him down and shot him down, right? So it was clear that they just murdered the brother. But now, they're going back into his history and they're trying to demonize this brother. Trying to show you, oh, back 2 years ago, he was stealing from Walmart with no proof. Just before he got shot down, he was in an abandoned home trying to steal something. That's what they want to portray to society about the black man. Get that in Zechariah 11, who possesses slaves. They're evil. But in their wickedness, they try to portray us to be wickedness. Portray us to be wicked, which we are in a sense because we don't keep God's commandments. But that's not our natural estate. Our natural estate, when you read the Bible about the mighty men such as David, such as Hosea, all the prophets, Isaiah, Jeremiah, these were mighty men that had standards, that had inheritance, that had character to themselves. But we lost all of that. And this is what happens now.
Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
So Aamir, right? When it says possessors, those are the people that rule over us, which is the white man, the Chinese man, the Indian man. They rule over us, right? So they killed him, right? And they say now we're not guilty, he's guilty. The reason why we killed him because he looked suspicious. He was doing something wrong. And the reason why that is in Deuteronomy 20:15.
Bring it out!
What you need to understand, because all the tides have turned. We were supposed to be on top. We were supposed to run this earth. We're supposed to rule everything. Everything that you see was made for you. What's your name again? I'm sorry. Joe. That HEB, you're supposed to own that HEB, Joe. These farms, you're supposed to own that, Joe. Guess what? You don't own that. You know why? Because you don't even know who you are. You lost your heritage. We've lost our heritage, you so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But guess what? The prophets are back on the earth to bring you back to your heritage. To show you who you are. To let you know that you come out of the same bloodline as Jesus the Christ. The greatest man that ever walked the earth. That's who you are, Joe. When you look in the mirror, you say, I'm great. You know why? Because the Bible said I'm great. God said I'm great. Don't listen to the oppressors because they want you to stay down. They want you to look at me as a nigga. They want you to kill me when we see each other in the street. They want us to hate each other. But that's not so. We're not going to do that no more. But this is why we hate each other. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So at this time, right, Moses had brought the children of Israel out of Egypt. So now he's talking to the children of Israel and he's telling them, listen, if you don't listen to what I'm going to tell you right now and obey to do God's commandments, these things are going to happen to you. Read it again from the top.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he said, Joe, if you don't listen to what I'm about to tell you out this Bible and these commandments, all these curses I'm about to say and relate to you, these things are going to happen to you. That was the conversation going on with Moses and our forefathers and our foremothers. So now let's see some of the curses that happened to us. Let's get 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Eliza's from estate plantation. She's being sold with her 2 children, Emily and Randall. In Louisiana, it's illegal for children under 11 to be taken from their parents.
Boy, come over here.
It happens all the time.
Dog on this one. Show me.
Sir, please.
All right, you go. There's your little business.
Don't worry. Oh, my life.
Over half the sales at auction will tear a family apart.
If you've ever been 8, to think of being separated from your mother and your father and sold and you'll never see them again.
So, Joe, did that not happen? And isn't that still happening today? Was not the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American children, sons and daughters taken away from them in slavery? You ever seen Roots? You ever seen Django? You ever seen 12 Years a Slave? When they'll put them in the auction block and separate the family and take the kids, send them to one plantation, and then take the father, send them to another plantation, take the mother and send them to another plantation.
Boarding school.
Boarding school. So now let's correlate that today, like the brother said. Let's say you discipline, you got any kids? You don't got kids, so okay. But let's say if you had kids and you discipline your kids, right? And your kid goes to school and says, oh, my daddy disciplined me and he beat me. What you think they're gonna do?
Lock me up.
They're gonna lock you up and come and take your kids and put them in the system.
That Minnesota Child Protection Services is legally kidnapping their children.
Those parents, along with a state senator, announced a new lawsuit today saying that changes need to be made. So Josh Rosenthal was there, and he's here now with more details. Josh?
So, Leah, this lawsuit was filed by a parent who claims he lost his children for 22 months, all because of a single spanking. Then, while trying to get his kids back, he noticed he was far from alone. Dwight Mitchell says he didn't see his 3 sons for close to 2 years, and he says it's all because of false allegations of abuse.
Without a doubt, this has been the most horrific experience of our life.
His case is complex, but in a nutshell, it stems from a spanking incident in 2014, during which Mitchell maintains he was merely disciplining his child, not abusing him. He alleges that unconstitutionally vague and overbroad child protection laws allowed the Minnesota Department of Human Services and Dakota County Social Services to take his kids away from him based solely on allegations and social worker discretion. The group also contends that African-American children are 5 times more likely to be removed from their homes than Caucasian children, as was the case with Mitchell's family.
It's the same thing today. Right. We're still under these curses. Ain't nothing has changed. Right? Get 40 and 48.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So it said, therefore we're going to serve our enemies. Do you think we're serving our enemies today? Yeah, do you think we're serving our enemies? Say something, you say yeah? Why you think so, Joe? Right. Right? You got to do whatever the government says do. But, you know, we're going to make it a little bit more plain for you. That is very correct, because we are serving our enemies today. But let's see how we're serving our enemies today.
In hunger and in thirst.
So, he said we're going to be serving our enemies in hunger. Right? Right. Anything you want to eat, Joe, where do you have to go get your food? Grocery store, H-E-B, McDonald's, Popeyes, KFC, Burger King. The worst things are in our neighborhood to go eat. right? We got to go over there and get it. But guess who owns those things? Our enemies. We don't own those things. You don't see in the corporate board, in the CEOs, they're not black. They're all of other nations.
Right.
So when you're hungry, you're going to eat food that the other nations put out there for you to eat. Right? Okay, what else?
And in thirst.
When you're thirsty, that water, right? Where you gotta go to get your water? Gotta go to the grocery store, right? The earth is populated majority of water. Water comes out from the sky for free.
Right.
But if you catch water and you say, okay, you know what, I'm not gonna pay my water bill, I'm gonna catch water and I'm gonna build my own well. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna come and take your ass to jail, Joe.
That's right.
That's what happens. That's oppression. We can't even get water which comes from the sky for free.
Right.
You don't pay your water bill, you can't take a shower.
Right.
That's oppression. Read.
And in nakedness.
And in your nakedness, all the clothes that you got on, the Nikes, the shorts, the shirt, the hat, where you go to get those things? From the store. You gotta go to the store. And we don't own none of those stores, Joe.
Right.
We don't own anything on this earth.
Right.
Everything we gotta go to someone else to go get it.
Right.
Is that any way to live?
Make it plain,
If I say, damn, I want a license, I gotta go to my oppressor to get it. I want a house, I gotta go to my oppressor to get it. Now I want a haircut. Shoot, I don't even know where to get a haircut. That shows you how bad we rely on our enemies and our oppressors for everything.
Right.
Read on.
And in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed you.
And he said he's going to put a yoke of iron upon our neck until we have been destroyed. That happened to us. And right now, we're destroyed, Joe.
Right.
We're destroyed because when we see each other, we don't truly see each other as brothers. You know what I'm saying? You say that now, but let me bump you in the street or cross you the certain way. You be ready to fight. You be ready like, bruh, what's up with you, man? That's the mentality of us because we don't see that Jesus Christ that's within us. We don't identify that Christ that's within you. We don't see each other as a nation.
Right.
And this is what we must do, Joe. This is how we're going to get out of this oppressive state. This is how we're going to come back to God.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Hey, gather together, O nation not desired.
So we're not a desired nation. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are not a desired nation.
Right.
And God is saying for us to gather ourselves together.
Right.
But in us gathering together, because many people have tried. You know what I'm saying? You had the Black Panther Party. You got, give me some other ones. The Civil Rights Movement, which they played a great part in civilization and to trying to get us to come and to unite. But the one thing they didn't do was unite under this Bible.
Right.
When we gather together, we must gather together under the banner of this Bible.
Right.
In 1 Corinthians 1 and 2. And that's the problem with us black people. Because for years we've been trying to unite. We've been trying. I won't stand up here and say that they haven't tried to unite. We have tried to unite. They did the Million Man March. They've done many things. They do a lot of marches. What's going on, brother? All right. This is for you too, man. What's your name, bro?
Mark, man.
Mark? Yeah. I'm talking Mark, Joe. I'm talking to Joe, and I'm letting them know who we are according to the Bible, man. Okay. We're the Israelites according to the Bible. Do you see yourself on this sign? Where you from, bro? Okay, so you're from Issachar, mighty tribe. So what I was just telling Joe, that we must unite, bro. Because when we see each other, right, the Hispanics and the blacks, they look at each other. You guys don't correlate and say, yo, that's my brother. Nah. Because in many states and many cities, Mexicans and black bang on each other. Right? But read back to Zephaniah 2 and 1. This is what I was telling Joe, Mark. Pay attention. This is what we must do as Hispanics, so-called Hispanics, and so-called blacks. Read.
Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 1. Bring it out. Gather yourselves together. Hey, gather together, O nation not desired.
So we must gather together because the Mexicans, they're not desired. You see what Trump is trying to do, build a wall, trying to keep you guys out of this land?
Right.
Same thing with the blacks, we're getting shot down daily. We're not desired, but we must gather together. But we can't gather together off of any old can't gather together off of colors, off of gangs, off of blocks. You know how we gotta gather together? Under the banner of this Bible. Give 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. This is how we're going to gather together. And this is the only way we're going to be able to gather together, is if we do this.
1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 10. Now beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that ye all speak the same thing.
So Mark, Joe, we all got to speak the same thing. Right? That's the only way we're going to gather together. And you know, in us speaking the same thing, that's speaking the gospel of this Bible. That we are the children of Israel. And now we gotta stick together, raise up our children, marry our women, stop killing each other, stop shooting, stop selling dope, stop banging. That's what we gotta do. That's how we gather together. That's how we come together under one banner, speaking the same thing. Read on.
And that there be no divisions among you.
And that there's no division among us. Of course, yeah, we may disagree in certain aspects and certain things, but we know there's one goal, and that's to make it to the kingdom. That's to bring back our community. That's to raise up our children, take care of our wives. Read on.
But that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
So it said that we be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. That's the only way we're going to rise up out of this oppression. And guess what? Why you think they're trying so hard to keep the Mexicans out of here, and they're trying so hard to keep the blacks in the ghetto?
Bring it out!
Because the government, the other nations, they understand. Once we come together, nobody can stop the so-called blacks and Hispanics when they come together. See, they can barely stop us now in wickedness. So imagine when we're under the banner of God, and we got God, that power behind us. The greatest power to ever walk, to ever rule the earth behind us. Imagine that, Mark. But the problem is, right? Get Amos 3 and 3. This is the problem between the Hispanics and so-called blacks and just in the Israelite community. Read.
Amos chapter 3 verse 3. Bring it out. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
It said, can two walk together unless we be agreed? You feel me, Mark and Joe? We can never walk together if we're not on the same mindset. If you saying, nah, I want to go left, and Joe's like, nah, I want to go right. We divide. We always divided, and that's the problem with the so-called Hispanics and the black people.
I don't start on trouble.
We can never agree on anything. Everybody wants to be the chief, but where's the soldiers at? Where's the followers at? Everybody wants to come out and lead, but where's the cooks? Where's the teachers? Where's the doctors?
There you go.
You understand?
There you go.
There's no way. Everybody can't be the head, but we all still one body. You understand? And that's the problem with the Hispanic and the blacks today. Everybody wants to be on top. Not understanding that you still need your hand, you still need your foot, you still need your leg. If I cut your leg off, your whole body's out of course. You know what I'm saying? Just because your brain is what you use majority of the time, and that's the thing that's going to lead you to where you need to go. But when you think of it, right, and you're like, okay, I want to go to ATP. Now your legs come in, and you need those legs to walk. That's what we must come together in. And understanding that we all play a major role, no matter how small or how big your role is. We all play a major role to bringing back this kingdom. You feel me, Joe? You feel me, Mark? There's no way of bringing back the kingdom if we stay divided. The days of division is over. God is coming back to rise up men and women to do his commandments. And the only way we're going to do that is coming together and unifying as one under the banner of the Most High God.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.